Hello, this is Edge from Scildburg again, and I'm going to talk a little bit about capacitors. I'm just going to show an example of using capacitors for energy storage. For this first little part, I've just got a 350 farad supercapacitor that is now at 2.09 volts. It's rated for 2.7 volts, but as you can see, it's turning the LED on now, so it's enough to give you the explanation that I want, or show you how it works. So right now this is charging with 9 volts going into it, and as you can see, 9 volts is running through, but this is only going to release 2.5 volts at the most. It's not up to 2.5 volts yet, but that's what it's doing. It's collecting charge and releasing charge at the same time, but it's releasing the charge very slowly. So as you can see, because it's stored the energy or the electricity, it's going to keep the LED on even though I take the power supply off. Now it is no longer getting any kind of voltage from anything else, and the only thing keeping this LED on right now is this supercapacitor right here. That is because it has stored all the energy. And the reason why the LED is not turning off right now is because this can hold so much energy and it releases it slowly. So because it is 350 farads, it will slowly release the energy until it is low enough to where the LED will not come on anymore. And we can have a look right now. I'm not sure the amount of voltage this LED takes. I didn't look it up. I just knew that it was enough, that this was enough to light the LED, so I went with that. But I'm sure it's around 2 volts. And we are still at 2.1 volts. So you can see how slowly this supercapacitor releases its energy. And we could sit here for who knows how long, but we'll cut this off and I'll show you a different capacitor and we'll see the difference. Okay. So you saw how the supercapacitor performed. Now we're going to use a smaller capacitor but still pretty large. This is a 1000 microfarad capacitor, and again the electricity is going into the capacitor, charging up the capacitor, and coming out slowly to the LED here. And what I'm going to do is just unplug the power source from this, and you will see that the LED will still keep going, but it'll slowly dim because the power is being drained out of the capacitor. It's a lot less bright. You can still see it a little bit. It's got a little bit of electricity going in it, but not nearly as much. I'll show it from the side so you can see it better. Now it's power's back on. Take the power off, and there it dims slowly. And a supercapacitor lasted about an hour or so, or longer. I left it plugged into the LED, and it lasted for a very long time. And that's simply because it has a lot more energy stored in it. I'll do this one more time. Now this is full of energy or electricity. I'll unplug it. It'll slowly dim. And that is energy storage with a capacitor.